So here's an interesting one. When you go and start talking to folks and they say, yes, I do need your help, and then you end up with a consulting gig, you come up with a contract, how much is that? Are you the person who you do all this hard work and you end up with one day of work? Or are you a person who ends up and you do all this acquisition to end up acquiring finally a client, and it's multiple weeks, multiple months, even multiple years? What kind of contracts are they? It's a pretty important question.
It's very important, and you want to look at what's the average of the very first sale. Okay, you may have more, the client may engage you for a longer period of time, they may have you come back, and the whole reason you want to understand what the value is of that client is to know how much money you really should be spending on your marketing. If you get a client that's $275,000 or $500,000, you might want to invest a little bit on your marketing because that's just smart. If the average value of your client is $5,000, you don't want to spend $5,000 to find a client. So it's very important that you understand what is that initial hit that you get when somebody signs on with you.
So this is a pretty important way to look at it from standing back, just looking at the numbers. If very simple. If you are someone who has an average of $275,000 when you get a client, but the times you get clients are really few and far between because you haven't really been doing a lot of marketing, that tells you something. It tells you that you can invest more, maybe with more advanced techniques, maybe more carpet of doing more things out there at the same time. You've got to figure it out. You also need to know, are you overspending to get a next client? So it's important for you to have a really good sense of the clients that you're getting. What's the value of them? When you actually do finally get a client contract and it's signed, how much is that first contract for?
And one thing to keep in mind, I always recommend that about 20% of whatever you're earning goes back into your marketing. So what are you earning from that first client? Just give that some thought as you're doing this exercise.
So hopefully you have some budget ideas now. All right, go ahead and figure this one out.
See you next time.